Alright, so last time you guys had woken up, it was the beginning of day 3. Upon leaving the home, actually before leaving the home, you woke up and you scratched Mac behind his ear. Barrett, for some unbeknownst reason, also asked for a scratch behind the ear. And when it was not given to him, he waited for you to be stretching and waking and hid all of your gear. You were able to find it without his assistance, and while he silently chuckled to himself and you knew he was the culprit, you allowed him to retain his dignity and did not accuse him.
Barrett just wants to be loved.
Yes. Yes, he does. You went to check in with Lucifer on the training of the guards who had been exhausted at best. So you pardoned them until noon. Anybody that felt needed rest could take leave without consequence. Everybody except for 4 of the soldiers left, 2 of the younger underage volunteers and 2 of the older retired volunteers. The 2 older ones were Hurin and Turin. They were older halflings, they were brothers. And the 2 underage ones were Garrosh and Gabriel, which were both Shatterkai children that have been in the village since they were found and brought back. And given, sanctuary here. You then went to check on the status of the wall, because you heard that's where Lucifer was anyway. And when you got there, you found that they had only completed approximately 1/3 of the wall. Being as you are running out of time, that was kind of detrimental, and you spoke with Lucifer about enacting the Champion's Law to force the remaining populace to help build this wall. He told you that it was a good idea, and you actually got your hands involved, and unfortunately, just from the overexertion of the soldiers building the wall, there was a bit of an accident. And one of these heavy stones fell from this pulley crane system they've created, killing 3 workers and crushing your right leg. Barrett went to get aid from Gala, and Gala brewed up some mystery potion that required some of the hair of your wife. You were okay with it, you sent Barrett as an escort, and the potion that she had brewed for you healed your leg, but turned your leg into this white wolf claw. You immediately thought it was from the potion. She explained how the potion worked. Whether or not you guys decided to believe her was different. When she said that the potion she gave you just forced the blood to activate and heal. So that's what she told you.
Bullshit on that.
But I don't know if you guys had made an insight check. I feel like you did.
We did.
And you felt like she was telling the truth.
That's apparently what we felt.
You organized a meeting for 1 p.m. And it was actually just about that time where we had left off. So we are picking up with Barrett and Palyus at that work site about an hour out from this this town meeting. And
I'm curious. Now that my leg is all healed and wolfified, is there any sort of benefit?
You do feel as if it is stronger, but it still feels new to you.
Maybe quicker?
So maybe it does have to develop a bit.
Maybe
but,
quicker?
You do feel like it is going to give you some additional strength that you didn't have before.
Quicker?
No.
No.
There is no bonus to speed.
Speaking of bonuses, the other parts of the champion's armor that I picked up, did you get a chance to work on those bonuses, or?
Oh, you know what? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. But
Don't worry about it.
We're gonna have to add them to your leveled up character anyway. So I'll draw it all together.
We're busy doing stuff.
You guys have done more than enough. You got me my own dice. You've been playing with me every night. Come on.
It's our pleasure, man.
Yeah, this is good
Not
times.
my pleasure.
You're a damn liar.
Nikki, you're dressed up as a character right now.
No, not.
Yeah. Look at that fucking grin on your face. How dare you?
Shut up,
We're gonna start
fucking Josh.
right there. Right at about 12:15. It's going to be organized in the meeting square right by the stage. And you do have a little bit of time if there was something you wanted to do beforehand. But otherwise, Lucifer has actually given all these men a break because he could see that it's very dangerous to push them to such extremes. So, he gave them, like, pretty much up until the meeting, they have stopped working. And then he's going to take it from there after you get to speak to them.
Alright, so the assembled masses have gathered?
They have gathered. They are assembled, if you will.
Alright, I saunter up to the stage with Barrett.
You could see Gampy is standing in the back. Same spot as always. He's the last one to arrive. He's right on the outskirts, so he's already ready to leave. Lucifer is actually walking amidst the ranks, and anybody that looks like they're starting to fall asleep standing up, he's giving them a smack to keep them at attention. Miss Milton is also here. Your 4 favorites have stopped from their training to come. Gerald still has not returned, and Zane led those other troops back over here to assist. He's really walking around with Lucifer, just keeping them at attention, only less violently. But everybody is at attention and awaiting your instructions. And there's some, mumbling going on in the back from the non-soldiers. Gala's got a little group together in the back, and they're talking smack about you, and you hear it. But they're waiting for you to begin.
Greetings, people of the Vishnin-shire. I have been dubbed your champion. If you don't know me already, my name is Palyus. And I have been chosen to lead our group against the people who are coming to destroy our land for folk that we've never even met before. This is no fault of my own. This task was thrust upon me. I didn't choose it. But as you can see, these brave 200 have worked tirelessly day and night to try and fortify our town against this enemy. But alas, the work is too hard. It takes too long. And while their efforts are not in vain, they still need rest. This may be an unpopular thing to say or do, but as your leader, I must enact Champion's Law.
Oh, as soon as you say that, there is a dull roar coming from the back, and you could immediately hear Gala and some others like, "Whoa, no, you can't do it, you can't force this upon us, hand it over, no fighting."
I haven't asked anyone to fight who didn't already volunteer. But if you wish to survive the coming days, all of us will have to work together to build these defenses and make sure that none will breach the walls of this fair town of ours.
This isn't our fight.
I agree. This isn't our fight. You're right, Gala. Why don't you come up here?
Well, that one wasn't even Gala, it was just a voice in the back.
Damn, I thought it was Gala.
I mean, she would have said some other things. You could still call her up if you want. You would have recognized her voice saying, like, "We don't have to do that. That's not right. You should just let them in, let them see that they're not here."
What happened the last time they were let in? And they knew that those 2 individuals weren't here. Does anyone remember? I remember. The blood is still on the floor in front of my feet. The great man died that day. And I don't want to see anyone in this town die unnecessarily.
You could roll for diplomacy or intimidate, whichever you prefer. Barrett
I
is.
almost grabbed my iPhone to roll. I got it.
Barrett, would you like to add anything to his speech?
Nope.
21.
I'm biding my time before I'm Stein again.
You are Barrett right now.
But no, I'm gonna be Stein.
For right now, you are Barrett.
Barrett doesn't say shit. Give me Stein, and things will happen.
Okay. Most of the people in the back, like everybody that was around Gala, still is not showing any support. You hear some mumbling. Although a lot of the people that were kind of neutral, like, we should just do our part. Yeah. The least we can do is build if we're not gonna fight. So you have definitely enlisted some more working hands here. Bless you.
Thank you.
Of the 200 that were not previously involved in any of this, wow. You have gotten another 140 that are only going to assist in building and not in fighting.
Those of you who have agreed to join our cause, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Because my heart is in this town, the Vishnin-shire, as well as yours, and these brave 200 who have volunteered to defend us.
As well as ours, says a man in the audience, raising up his pitchfork.
Hear, hear, sir!
Hear, hear! Hear, hear! Lucifer walks around and starts immediately assigning duties to everybody, so that his men can take a break and these men can take over. And you hear him delegate that they could take a 4-hour rest. And some of them even just go and sit up against a wall in the shade and fall asleep immediately, while the rest go back to the barracks. They were exhausted.
Some of those men I try and rouse awake and convince them to go and find a more comfortable place to sleep. They need their rest.
They saunter up and mosey over to a house, maybe their own home. Some of them do go back to the barracks, but the ones that you talk to do just kind of respect that you don't want it to look homely and that you want them to be comfortable, so nobody fights you on it. Gala approaches you both. This is wrong what you're doing. This is wrong and you know it. Champion's Law twice within a few days when it has not been enacted in hundreds of years. You'll see.
Do you even remember the last time Champion's Law was enacted?
I was not here prior to your rule when it was enacted. Champion Palyus. Some champion
that's
you
nice.
are.
You call me by my title. I appreciate that. Now understand this. I am champion, and I can enact this law as I have, and will do so as I see fit. If you don't want to be in this town, feel free to leave. The gates are open.
You're the champion for now. I can't stop you from doing whatever wrong you think you're gonna be doing. But hear me this. Hear me this, champion. Even your tyranny will end as any other tyrant before you in any other kingdom. Until that time, well, all I can do is obey your leadership. Champion.
I look her dead in the eye, and I say, look into my eyes. Do you truly think me a tyrant?
I'm gonna roll insight for her. I don't think you mean the ill will that you incur on these people. But your actions have consequence.
And I have weighed those consequences against even more dire consequences. I can't let these people fall. I love them too much.
For now, we will have no choice but to trust your judgment. And by the Maker, do I hope You're right. And you can still see from as close as you've been talking to her, her face is still all cut up from when Barrett has thrown her. She's got bruises all over, her arms are wrapped in bandages, like, she's not doing good. She doesn't even look at Barrett, and when he even, like, starts to walk towards you a little bit just to listen, she is already ready to leave.
As she leaves, I say, Taya, be with you.
She looks back at you and just scoffs. And keeps going.
Well, Barrett, that was as good as I could. That was better than I could have imagined.
You know what crossed my mind? I was gonna be like, I'm gonna go run after her. I'm gonna rape her violently.
Oh my god. God, I'm glad.
That's exactly what Barrett would do.
I'm glad Stein's coming back. He's a bit more rational.
Some people just pissed off Barrett, I don't know.
And on that note, from a world away, in a distant, distant place, called the Radiant Empire, on a side of the world that has not yet been discovered, venturing to a place that has not yet been known, comes the expedition of the airship Yoshi-Cookie.
Yoshi-Cookie?
Piloted by the president of the Radiant Empire, President Stein, who, against Congress's orders, began this expedition on some frail and inconclusive research that they had discovered of the Thrall Stay. Lightly touching on, well, certain things that she knows that I can't really explain yet. But he began his expedition, and since Congress had frowned upon it, the only people that volunteered to join him were the engineers who crafted this airship. There are 3 of them. Stein, what are the 3 engineers' names and races?
Vedimus. Dopolis.
Dopolis is dead.
Dopolis.
Still dead.
Dopolis 2. Dopolis Jr.
Original names, please. And races.
They're all gonna be gnomes. Lancelot, Camelot.
What, Lancelot?
Camelot.
Camelot.
And Dwayne.
And Dwayne. Very, very good set list here. Whatever reason you're looking for Lyusian, you could be assured that the power Lyusian has would be sufficient to conquer death. It would also be what is necessary.
Wait, Lyusian is the deity?
Lyusian is not a deity.
No, who's the deity?
What deity?
The person you must end the tyranny of.
His name is Palyus.
No.
Oh, Melanor? Melanora?
Not that one. The one with pain and suffering.
Triea. Oh,
Triea?
Pain and suffering. That is Ramast.
Okay, what's Lyusian?
Lyusian, the thing that's been going on in this whole campaign so far. Lyusian is the word that was in the Thrall Stay ruins, which is
right.
The
okay,
pieces.
all right. You didn't specify this when you were recapping.
Okay.
Continue.
Well, Lyusian is also a power that would be needed to activate a Horcrux. If you
Good
had
deal.
it. So
Good
whatever
deal.
reason you might
I
be
have his
seeking
Horcrux.
Lyusian.
But you didn't tell me that with this. Those are the things I needed for that.
Yes, well there is additional, since
Bullshit.
I should not have given you said recipe. You can cross out all of that.
No. What?
Yep, all of that can cross out.
What the fuck? But I went to a guy and everything. I went to the fucking Jamaican.
Yep, he helped you as best he could.
He was a Jamaican.
And you tried it. You had all of those ingredients, and you tried it, and it didn't work.
Bullshit.
Yeah,
That's stupid.
I know. And he really sounded convincing.
I'm gonna stab you to fucking pencil. So what do I need now?
He's a charlatan.
Or I'm going there to find
You know
out.
that the power of Lyusian will be enough. Based on what you've studied in Thralstay. For your Thralstay knowledge, you can go ahead and give yourself... 3.
I was able to roll last time.
Oh, go ahead. Roll a d4 and add 2. That's much better.
6.
Just run up there with Barrett.
Now, this airship, even though it's an actual ship, and it is fairly large, I'm sure you remember that the Yoshi Cookie actually has a forge on board and a metal hull. It is a very
badass ship.
endowed ship. Of everybody that was able to come, you had decided that Rezi, one of your advisors and companions who insisted Lancelot, Camelot, and Dwayne in building this airship, you had insisted that Rezi stay behind to assist Marlowe.
Fuck Rezi.
In running the Radiant Empire.
I agree.
And you trust both of them, at least cumulatively enough, to handle things while you're gone. Now, Li Chang was the only one that was really able, willing, and capable to come with you.
That's fine.
What you had noticed after about a week of being in the air is that Elda, Drogon's daughter,
Yep.
had also smuggled her way on.
Always. She always fucking finds a way to come into my adventures, somehow. Her mom gets so pissed.
She had smuggled herself into a barrel, and next thing you know, boom, she's on the airship, and you're already a week out. It is during the second week that your engineers, Camelot, does inform you that I want you to imagine just a regular pirate ship-looking ship, but that is supported by a blimp balloon holding it in the air, with a rudder of sorts that guides the wind currents to turn and navigate. And then there's a release to allow air to escape to lower. They inform you that they are, for some reason, losing air and losing altitude. It is on one of the more beautiful afternoons, that you can roll a perception check. And I will roll for Li Chang.
26.
That is perfect.
That's badass. You see weather. You're gonna die.
This one's nicer. You are on your airship, having a cruising little journey, standing out admiring the clouds bubbling past. There's actually some sparrow floating by at the same speed. And you have finally reached a point that you've floated over what is called the Tides of Peril, which is the furthest any ship has ever gone by sea. After crossing the Tides of Peril, Li Chang has been leaning over the whole time. He's in love with this view. You've seen whales diving past, large sea creatures that you would never want to interact with, Leviathan in the water,
Actually,
that
it's
you
scary.
are watching from the air. And at this time, while you're kind of enjoying that Li Chang and Elda are kind of really close to each other, looking out over a side, nobody else seems to notice, but you actually hear what sounds like a tear from the balloon above you. And you hear it, there's a lot of wind and current going by, but you hear a...
I'm gonna go look.
Are you climbing up?
Yeah.
You could roll acrobatics or athletics.
Acrobatics
It
always.
does have those, rope nets.
I crit, but I also have a base of 21. So
you are able to ascend to the top of this
Do
balloon.
I just fly up like? I bounce on air molecules.
You get to the top quicker than anybody could have possibly imagined, and you can see that one of the seams from the stitch on this balloon, straight down the center, is actually tearing and splitting. And when you get to the top, you can actually see the movement of the air, similar to like the waves of the barbecue when you're cooking. You can see that rushing out. And it is at this time that you even just by comparison to the clouds, you see the ship is descending.
That's no bueno.
At a quickening pace. But it doesn't even appear like the people below have really taken notice of it yet.
Can I try and fix it? Would it be like engineering, or I shouldn't even bother?
How are you fixing it?
Trying to stitch it up.
What materials do you have on you that you could use to stitch this? You know, you have all that stuff. You also have like rations, a canteen. You probably still have your rope. But...
Can I stitch it with gold?
Why? Oh, because you have ludicrous amounts of gold? No.
I would think that would weigh down the ship quite a bit.
Yeah, maybe if you threw all your gold off the ship, you might be able to make up for it.
I'm gonna use my ring. Lee.
Yeah?
The ship's gonna go down. Tell the others.
It's fine. It's not going down. We've been on this a week already.
I see a hole in the balloon.
Where'd you go?
Stop being an asshole. Just go get the guys.
Oh my god! How'd you get up there? I just saw you standing over here a minute ago.
Go get Lancelot and Camelot.
All right, hold on. And you, well, I guess you can't really see him, but
Jesus.
He runs and. Now keep in mind, the whole time you're up here watching the split, it is spreading. Like it is tearing.
I'm trying to
along the
hold it
seams.
down.
You are trying to hold it together, but it is tearing at the seams.
I have a Rapier Invictus.
I don't know what that is.
A Rapier?
Oh, rapier?
Rapier.
A Victus, your dead brother? What are you gonna do with that?
Trying.
You can make an attack roll against it.
No. I'll just pop it.
Yeah. Yeah, very good. Lancelot and Camelot get up there. It takes them a good minute.
I'm gonna use my TNT that I have.
That sounds like a great idea.
Oh, and I have sticks of TNT too. I have a barrel and sticks.
Lancelot and Camelot get up there in time, and you just see open-mouthed, gaped faces of horror. Oh my god. This is bad. This is bad. We're gonna need to take this down immediately.
Oh my god. Alright.
We're in a tight spot.
Oh my god. Yeah, we are.
Do you have anything to close this up with?
Rope?
I don't know if that'll work. Oh me. And you hit the other one, who's a bit more cool and collected, Camelot. Well, maybe if we cut small holes and slip the rope through, it'll act like a suture of sorts. It can at least slow down the airflow. That's never gonna work. Are you kidding? The hole's too big. Look how far it's spread already. Maybe you should just try what I'm telling you, because panicking doesn't help either.
I like that you're trying to do your Jack Nicholson impersonation.
What if this is as good as it gets?
Alright, let's do that then.
It's up to you, Stein.
We're doing it!
Doing... Oh, okay. You can roll for Dungeoneering.
22.
You have cut these little slits into it, and you slip the rope in and out, and you pull it as tight as you can. There are still gapes between where you did these
I'm
stitches.
also gonna summon my scythe, light it on fire, and use it to heat up the air inside.
So
To make it ascend.
you're putting it in, or you're sewing it closed?
I'm sewing it closed, but where the heating source is, I'm going to...
Oh, down below you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. You feel like you've sewed it up the best you could. One thing you noticed before you came down is this: it is still tearing along the seam. So the stitch is helping, but it's not doing everything you need. For heating up your scythe, I would like you to roll for Arcana. Just to see how hot you can make this puppy burn.
14.
Okay. You got it burning at your max temp. You're still descending. We should maybe. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Stein, help us! He's shaking you. Help us!
Oh, you know what? What is it made of?
What is what?
The balloon material. Nylon?
Some kind of nylon, yeah.
I'm gonna actually melt the pieces together with my fiery scythe. Like an iron-on.
Okay. So you're climbing back up to melt it together? Okay. We'll use your same check from before. You are melting it. It's not sticking. Like, it's splitting so quickly that it's tearing apart and melting.
Okay, then I'm going to make it ice scythe and go like this, and then make fire scythe, go like that. Ice scythe, fire scythe, ice scythe, fire scythe. How's that going?
Okay, that actually seems to patch it up. It is very, very temporary.
Enough for us to land at least.
Yes.
Okay.
You are well below the clouds, and you do see...
I summon my scythe, because it goes, like, within me. I can summon it out, and then I can make it go on fire, or make it icy. And when it's icy, I have, like, an area effect. It's fucking crazy.
Your passive perception will tell you that there is a mountain range coming up ahead.
Huh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and avoid the mountain range.
Okay. I'm gonna roll for your crew, since while you were patching this up, they're the ones that are kind of getting their hands dirty. Awesome.
Oh, and they all do shitty.
2, 4, 6. Alright. So they are attempting to navigate the ship to try to avert these mountains. And really, at the first one, you feel it. It's a heavy caw. You knock down a couple of trees in the process while smashing into the rock.
Yep.
I'm gonna roll for the damage that your ship is about to take.
Oh my god.
What happened?
You have felt this heavy smash, and I'm gonna roll for your crew again, and I would like for you to roll acrobatics to not be thrown from the ship off into the mountains.
I got a 33.
I got a 2, and a 7, and an 8. Let me roll for
That's
your...
a 1, Mike.
Oh, that's even worse. Let me roll for your 2 people. Oh my god.
Stop rolling for me. I'm rolling for Li Chang.
Dwayne, upon hitting the mountainside, you guys are still going.
Everyone fucking died right now.
Dwayne and Camelot have been thrown from the ship and have flown into the mountains because you hit the really like the top part of the mountain, the top 25%.
So they're dead?
They are thrown off the ship.
They're dead?
Now, you don't really see what happens because you are still plummeting. You are now down 2 hands. Li Chang and Elda are also thrown into the railing. And I'm going to roll to see if they're able to keep their bearings a bit.
Good.
Alright, Elda is actually tumbling off, and Li Chang is able to wrap his legs around the balcony and hold on to Elda in his arms.
My boy.
Nice.
And what
That's
was your
my
roll?
son.
What was your roll?
What was it? Acrobatics?
Acrobatics.
33.
Okay, you were on the balloon, melting and freezing it back together when this happened, so you had nothing to grab onto other than the balloon. But you were able to latch onto it and keep yourself from being flown off the ship into the mountain. In the process, the pressure that's been put on it has torn the seam again. And this time it seems to split all the way down, and you are pretty much, once it splits open, you are descended to the deck of the ship. Air is spewing out. I'm gonna roll for... Well, you only have 1 guy. We'll say Li Chang and Elda are familiar with enough to help. And you could also roll for... I don't know if you have your sailing skills still
I do.
on there. You could roll for your sailing skill.
15.
Okay. Li Chang is like a champion, pulling at all these riggings together to try to maneuver and avoid it. You're helping him, Elda's kind of getting in the way, and Lancelot is useless. He is hysterical. We're gonna die! Come on! Dwayne! No! We're gonna die! No! No! He's inciting panic on the few that are left. You guys smash into the other mountain on the opposite side in your counter sway. Let me roll for damage again. At this point, the back hull of your ship is broken off, and you can see the bits of the back falling away, along with the cargo and a piece of the forge breaking away. You are about to make contact with the ground on a very hard landing. I'm gonna roll just to see how much control again. You can make another sailing check. I got a 1, a 7, and an 8. You got a 1 as well. That's unfortunate as well. So you guys are attempting still to maneuver what's left of this ship, and it's incurring massive penalties, and none of you are really doing well. You smash into this ground so hard that the wood of what's left of the hull has split in half, and the deck crumples to pieces from the structural integrity falling away. You guys are all dropped down below the deck into the wreckage that is the Yoshi cookie. This is going to hurt. You are all taking some heavy fall damage. I will start with you, since you are so tough. And you will be able to roll acrobatics to try to reduce this in some way. $53 damage for you.
But don't you have to, like, make an attack roll?
No. Not from falling. There is no attack for that. Gravity always hits.
What if...
Win again, gravity.
What if...
I'm gonna use the same damage. You guys could all take 53.
Li Chang is a higher level now than he used to be, yeah?
He is. That's not, it's gonna hurt, but, you know how it is. I just need to put on the "this isn't going well."
How much was it, 50?
53. This Yoshi cookie has split in half, and the remnants of it have crumbled to pieces on this mountain ridge. Slowly, after you've crashed down, this canvas blimp has fluttered away like a dehydrated balloon and is covering the wreckage, blocking out the sun from where you're lying. All four of you are laying prone. The other ones, you are unsure of their condition, but they are quite bloodied and unconscious. I'm sorry, you can roll endurance. Oh my
crit.
god. I got a 1, a 2, and an 11.
I crit.
You crit, okay. You smash the ground, you take the damage, the ship crumbles to pieces around you. You are laying in the rubble with these bits of your deck falling onto you. You're half buried, but alive. Mm-hmm. You do not see Li Chang, Elda, or Lancelot near you.
I'm going to look around to see if I see Li Chang.
From the way that this wreckage has collapsed, you can speculate that they may be buried.
What? I'm gonna start searching.
You could roll for perception.
Crit.
What is up with you? And I would also like you to roll for thievery, since you are moving the boards around. Just want to see how gentle you're being.
16.
Okay. Let me just see which one you're gonna find first. Oh, that doesn't count.
Hope it's Li Chang.
Okay.
I'll flip out.
It is Li Chang.
Good.
You lift up a board, and when you lift it up, you weren't really too careful about this one. Another one kind of falls onto him, pinning his arm a bit, but you see him bloody and unconscious. and it looks like he is very hurt.
I'll make a heal check.
Okay.
I crit.
This is your, like, 4th crit so far. Did you microwave that dice?
No.
Alright. You patch...
Well, that 3 in a row is awesome. 4 is even better.
Right?
You are able to clear the wood off of him. You quickly assess his wounds. You see his shoulder is dislocated. You pop it back in, and in popping it in, you wake him up, and he sits up. Ah! Ah! Oh! Stop!
Oh.
And he hugs you. Ah! Ow! Ow!
Are you okay?
No! No, I'm not okay. We just crashed from an airship.
You'll be fine.
Where's Zelda? Oh my god, where's Zelda? He starts frantically looking around in the wood. I can't find her. Stein, help me find Elda.
Perception check. I botched.
Finally. Let me make her save against him.
Oh, I hope she doesn't die. Rest will be so pissed at
Please. Please, Elda!
me. Can I try again?
Elda, please! Yes, you can.
20.
You still do not find her. Li Chang?
Ah, crit like a motherfucker.
He pulls
Little
up
Lee.
some boards. Let me roll for his thievery.
Like a boss.
He sees her, gently lifts them up. This giant, like, mast. And he pulls her out.
Li Chang
Elda!
loves her.
Elda! He doesn't even roll for a heal check. He puts both of his hands over her, and a glowing green energy pulse radiates over her body. And you see her wounds close up. The bits of wood rise up and fall out.
Ah, he's so good.
And she sits up. And she hugs him immediately and starts, like, sobbing. And in the heat of the moment, she leans back and then she kisses him.
Ah.
And he looks at her very red in the face, and then he falls back, fainting.
I'm gonna go to Lee and see if he's okay.
He's okay. He's got a big smile on his face, and he's unconscious.
I'm gonna pick him up.
Is he
throw
okay?
He's fine. He does this a lot. I'm gonna throw him over my shoulder.
Wait, you mean he's kissed other girls?
No, he's fainted just randomly. You're his first kiss.
Oh, you see her dragonborn scales blush.
All right, let's get going.
Wait, what about Lancelot? He
I mean,
might still be alive.
he may be alive, but he's probably not alive.
You're not even gonna check?
I checked.
He's the engineer. He could get us another airship. How are we gonna get back home?
I have no idea. Let's go see if we can find help.
She starts looking. I gotta look for him.
Okay, go ahead.
I can't find him.
I know. I can't find him either. Let's go look for help.
Stein, you could put him down. Come on.
He's fainted.
Give me one more minute. I'm just gonna check everything one more time. She lifts up a board, and he has actually been decapitated by the mast.
There, are you happy?
She looks at him. You see her turn very pale. Her scales, the color fade.
Do I need to carry you too? Get away from there.
And she vomits.
Ugh.
Well, he wasn't really decapitated per se. The way the mast fell, it crushed the top of his cranium.
Yep.
And his brain matter spewed out from the orifices on his face, including his eye sockets, nose, mouth, and ears.
Good to know, thank you.
You guys watch Game of Thrones at all?
No, I didn't see it.
Oh, dude, when the mountain crushes the Red Viper's head, the exact same thing happens. He takes him by the eyes and squeezes his head and, like, gouges his eyes out, and his entire brain shoots out. It's fucking nasty.
It's actually, then just imagine that, because that's what kind of happened just now. You guys are amidst the wreckage in this range, and at the base of the mountains, you can see a small but dense forest, and then a town.
Go, we're gonna go to the town.
Okay. Meanwhile, back at the Vishnin-shire. That is not the music I am intending. Having just finished your speech to the people and gaining the 140 supporters, you see a hawk fly in, and it lands right next to Barrett. Barrett could see that it has a paper tied around its talon.
Barrett takes the paper and looks at it.
The paper is embroidered with the royal symbol from the Xandar capital.
Oh no!
And when you open it up, it is a letter from Sir Valence, who is requesting that you report back in, since you had come here originally to help him explore the rune where Artius had found that relic. And you have not reported in or sent any word since. He is summoning you back to the capital.
I'm in trouble.
He said that there is a boat waiting on the east side of the Vishnin-shire.
Palyus, I'm sorry, but Tim's calling me back. I'm in trouble, I think.
And it ends with some random sound effects. P.S.
With just a picture of a face.
And smiley faces with their tongue out. Got some doodles on there.
I clasp Barrett by the forearm and thank him for all of his help, especially in the sub pit underneath the champion's hold.
Absolutely. No problem. Anytime.
I hope to see you soon, Barrett.
I hope you find your son.
Well, thank you.
Send me a word if you're still having trouble trying to locate him after the however many days we're on.
I will.
I trust that you'll find him, though.
One of the onlookers who was just there at the meeting, he was one of the soldiers that had volunteered. He's leaving? Barrett is leaving? Isn't he one of your advisors? We need you now more than ever.
I know. But I'm being summoned
Barrett
back.
is here on his own errand. He has to go back. He has other people to report to. We of the Vishnin-shire are strong enough to keep our home safe.
Barrett, I thought this was your fight too.
Who is this?
This is just random soldier one.
Oh, sorry. I don't have to tell you. I hear a greater warrior will be here soon.
What? How do you know of this?
I have a feeling. I think you guys will be fine.
But then why not stay? Why not stay and lend us your strength?
I gotta go. Bye.
Awesome roleplay, Nikki. Gotta go! Bye-bye, Vishnin-shire.
No, because what if I want to play Barrett again? I don't want him to be a dick.
Yeah, well, see how the Vishnin-shire takes kindly to him. Palyus, you may roll for perception, please.
This sand is so addicting. I love it.
19.
Okay. It was a brief little glimmer, but you had seen something in the sky coming from the clouds. Might have been a meteor of some kind, or and there wasn't really any flames going on. It was just a dropping object. Maybe a dragon without wings? It doesn't make sense. Whatever it was unnatural. And it looks like it had crashed or landed in the Ridge of the Wilds, because it did go down gracefully. Like a landing beast.
I look for let's see, who was it? Justin and
Zane.
Who else is there? Zane. Justin, Zane. I just saw something happen at the edge of the wood. We have to go investigate. This was It seemed like something from the sky, but it didn't seem like anything normal that I've ever seen in my entire life.
Give me a personality for Justin.
Justin.
Like, I have that Zane is very obedient. He's a very strong soldier. He's very proper. Justin, I haven't really given any traits.
Justin is a bit of an asshole until you get to know him. You gotta get through that steely exterior before he, is willing to really show any real kindness toward you.
You know what? That is perfect. That's all I need to know about him. Zane and Justin, do you want us to grab the horses? Sir!
Yes, we'll each take a horse.
Each of us take a horse.
We'll meet you at the town entrance, sir.
Alright, I'll see you there.
That was Zane. Justin tells you he's going to ready your horse. And they go, and they meet you at the town gate with the horses. And they are waiting to head out.
Alright, I looked for Lucifer, and I just give him a quick 1-2 kind of orders. As soon as the soldiers are awake, they must continue readying the wall as best they can. Some of them, if they can find any sort of metal or extra wood, they should shore up the actual doors to both entrances.
You want them to
and try and make those reinforce those as best as possible.
Okay.
Until my return.
Choose your beam.
So just reinforce the gates, not seal them shut.
No, I'll have to. I'll be back.
I just want to make sure I understood it right. Okay. He has those 140 are continuing to build the wall itself, and he's waiting for his men to finish their rest so that they can begin reinforcing the gates. You head out, and it doesn't take long for you to get there, especially on horseback. It's not that far. I'm going to cut over to Stein for a minute, who is now in this woodland range here.
Well, I'm going to take a quick break.
Excellent. Because he should not know what is happening. Stein?
Yes.
You are in this woodland. Li Chang has healed up both himself and Elda, and offers to heal you as well.
Yes, please.
Alright. That's gonna take... He heals you. It does expend your healing surges.
That's fine.
So you could just mark off that you spent 3, but you were back up to full health. So you guys had stopped for a minute in the woods, or actually in the mountains still, and you could roll for perception. They will roll as well.
It's gonna be a 30.
A 30, okay. Li Cheng is going around. He heals up Elda first, and he gets, he touches up himself. And then when he's over at you and he's tending to your wounds with the same magical essence, you actually hear a faint noise in the woods.
That's fine, actually. Okay.
Like a crackling.
Okay.
Okay. So you don't pay it any minds.
Nope.
This is going to be against your will. I crit. This is going to be for...
I don't want to fucking actually fight, Mike. Jesus.
What? What are you talking about?
It's obvious you're attacking me, Mike.
You're gonna take 36.
I hate battles.
No, that's not And erupting out from the brush is a small wyvernling, if you will. Even a small wyvern is still a large beast. So with a 15-foot wingspan, very long torso, giant gaping mouth, and a spiked, tipped tail. Kind of like a scorpion, but it's not poisonous. Your nature would tell you. Li Cheng is startled back by this. Elda is startled back by this. And you can also just write on there... Oh, I guess there's nothing to write. There. But yes, that move, what it just did, was actually a bit of a burst attack. It actually shot a fire blast in your direction.
You know, I'm resistant to fire.
How much is your resistance?
Gain resistance 5 fire.
Okay, so of that damage, you've neglected 5 of it, so you take 5 less. Did also hit your friends. Palyus, if you could please roll perception for me.
Ooh. 18.
Okay. You guys have gotten close enough. You actually hear the burst of flames in the woods. And you see a little bit of smoke and cinders coming up from what looks like it's actually at the base of the mountain through this thin part of the forest.
I look at both Zane and Justin and say, prepare for battle.
Yes, sir. Zane draws his sword. Yes, sir. And Justin draws both of his short blades.
Yes.
And you're riding in?
Yes.
Okay.
We run headlong into battle.
This is, again, Stein, going to be against your armor class.
Why does he get to go first? You just fucking hit me.
That was a surprise round.
No, it wasn't. I heard him.
And you did nothing about it.
It's fucking dumb.
Well, you thought it was him? Ouch. I crit a second time against her, by the way. This wyvern crit 2 times. This is going to be 39, and this is not fire damage, this is a claw. He's scurried up, knocking over a few small trees in the process.
I'm bloodied.
Very nice.
Here's my dick.
Why would you say that?
I'm just kidding.
Why do you gotta be like that to me?
Nothing, it's stupid.
What's stupid? You sat with your back to the woods.
I did not sit with my back
you
to the
just
woods.
crash landed
I was
in the
fucking
mountains.
walking. No.
You guys had stopped Salik
Surprise
you.
round, man!
You didn't pay it any mind.
It's a surprise round, but did you fucking roll for initiative? I think not. We did not roll for initiative.
Didn't have to. I was going in a circle.
Oh. That's not how this game works, man.
Whoever went first when you ignored the noise in the woods.
Okay, that's fine. Then we should have rolled for initiative.
Didn't have to.
Why not?
It was my call. When I said we were going in a circle, you could have gone first 2 times, but you didn't pay it any attention. And now it is your turn.
I'm just gonna let him kill me.
So you're not drawing your weapon or anything?
Come on, Stein, come on!
I'm so angry at you.
You don't have to do anything if you just want him to kill him.
No, I'm fucking angry at you. Don't even talk to me.
Take it out on the wyvern.
You don't even know it's gonna fucking go down right now. I'm gonna kill the shit out of this fucking thing. Then when I eat its heart, and you'll see. Fucking kill the shit out of this fucking thing. I'm gonna wear its skin like a face mask.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre style.
That's gonna be a 20, 29, 31, 32.
That's gonna hit.
35.
Just from your counting, that will hit.
35 to reflex.
That'll hit.
That'll hit.
Still hit. This is great. I don't think I've ever really bloodied Stein before. And double crit, sitting in the woods.
Oh wait, those are not 8s. The fuck?
Cave monsters. For the wind.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Alright, I'm gonna let you calculate out that damage.
52.
52.
Fire, 12 fire damage.
12 of that is fire damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know it's probably resistant, but it's 12.
Elda has drawn her great axe, and oh, sorry, she used
Is it bloodied?
Great sword. It is not bloodied. Elda has drawn her great sword and charges the beast, and rolls a 3 to miss.
I didn't use my minor action. I'm gonna use a health potion. That's okay.
Okay, that's fine. Li Cheng looks at you. Stein, it's okay. Remember to breathe deep. Using his inspiring words of sorts, and you will regain 15 hit points. We're gonna say you're gonna come in after the wyvern gets one more turn.
I'm on horseback. Come on.
Yeah, I cannot not roll well with this.
I mean, not roll well. You fucking crit against me twice.
And I just rolled a 17. That's going to be a 33 to armor class.
That hits.
Woohoo! Oh. That's going to be 22 damage. And then this follow-up one will be against your fortitude. Oh, and I botched. Okay.
Good, I think you should take fucking damage.
Aw, Nikki, soy little pup. Soy little pup. Palyus, you break through the woodland. You are standing at the base of this mountain. And a little ways up, maybe 10 feet up this incline, you see a man wielding a fiery scythe? A man with a fiery scythe. He appears to be a Shatterkai, dressed in... Well, why don't you describe what you look like right now?
Long, spiky, shaggy, white hair, white cloak, stitches all over the cloak, stitches all on his face and chest, and he wields a badass fiery scythe. And he's got tattoos all over him, piercings, because he's a Shatterkai. They're all, like, embedded in them.
Alright, very nice. You also see a female dragonborn wearing leather armor, wielding a great sword, who is raging against this wyvern, but not really hitting it at all. And then you see a small Asian boy in cloth armor, and he has a staff, nothing really special, but you could see him throwing heal spells, this green energy through the air, and really just at the man with the scythe, but he is throwing them through the air and pelting the scythe man. It is your turn with both Zane and Justin, but you can go first as well as give instructions.
Where are we in relation to the wyvern? Can we can we flank him from behind and get some sort of surprise attack?
You can flank him, it will give you combat advantage.
Alright, I look at both Zane and Justin like, we're gonna flank this beast, these people need our help. They just survived one of the most gnarly crashes I have ever seen.
Okay.
And I can see the rubble on the mountain, right?
Yeah, even from right here, you're probably right next to that back hull piece that fell off the first time they hit the mountain. So you see the butt end of the ship laying on the wreckage with the nameplate that says Yoshi Cookie. As well as some goods that may have fallen out, some rations and stuff.
These people need our help. They've clearly survived quite an ordeal, and now to fight this beast, we must attack. Keep silent and attack it at the ridge.
Don't touch me, I'm not your friend right now.
Yes, sir. and they ride off to flank with you.
I didn't say you were my friend. I said you needed help.
No, I was referring to Mike trying to play footsie with me.
She does not want love.
Alright, so we ride full gallop.
Okay, you could, if you're going to be attacking the wyvern, you will have combat advantage, which is just +2 to your your attack roll.
So roll an attack.
If you're attacking.
Duh.
You don't have to. You could just stand behind it and say, "Wyvern beast, stop!"
Yep. I say no such thing. So I roll a d20, or is this? It's not gonna hit, or is it gonna hit, or what?
You have to roll a d20 to find out if it
All
is.
right, d20
I'll take my pants
plus. What do I gotta add together? I completely forgotten.
Your attack bonus, which is on the front. I think for you it was 17 because you have the champion's weapon.
Right.
And then you would also get +2 for having combat advantage. So you're getting some big bonus right now.
26.
And what is that against? What defense?
What defense?
It actually says it in your attack workspace, right by where you got that 17 from. Because you do basic attacks.
Speed.
So it probably says like strength versus something.
Strength versus AC, it says.
Very good. So you had a what? 20 what?
27.
So you rolled a 27 against my armor class, and that will hit. So now you could roll for damage.
Yes. 10.
Plus?
Oh, plus 17, so 27.
Very, very nice. It is now bloodied. Let's see. Zane will ride up next to you, attacking the same area of the back of the wyvern, slashing at its tail. He will also hit. And then Justin rides up on his mighty steed, leaps off of it, and makes an attack that's much less impressive. He leaps off the horse to try to make a double stab into the back of this wyvern, but one of the wings swats him away, so he ends up rolling off and is now on the ground next to him. And then it is Stein's turn. This wyvern is looking pretty messed up.
Oh, wait till I finish him off. Are you ready for this? It's gonna be a 39.
What do you get added to that?
24.
How?
It was 27, but I figured that was probably buffs from the Donahue fight. It was 24.
You're gonna have to show me where that 24 is coming from, because
Sure.
that does not sound correct.
I'm pretty sure it is correct, Michael.
Ooh.
Anyway.
Yeah, she's in a mood.
No.
It's gonna hit either way, even if it was just a 17.
$19, $20, $21, $22, $23, $24.
That will kill it.
Wait, I'm not done calculating. 30.
You already killed it.
Wait, I'm not done. 30, 52, 64.
It's still dead.
I'm gonna slice it in its chest, and I'm gonna fucking get its heart, take it out, and
So you're seeing this happen, Palyus.
I have now currently consumed 20 hearts.
Wow.
And I add Wyvern to the
You can write it
list.
on there.
I've kept a tally of how many hearts I've eaten and what hearts I have eaten.
The wyvern stands for a brief moment,
More num-nums.
falls to the ground in a heavy quake,
Fresh.
crushing some small little Brussels below it. It actually falls on a little bush, that had some berries, and the berries roll around on a little bit on the ground. Palyus, you are watching this man with the scythe eat slowly this very large wyvern heart.
I ask both Justin and Zane to get behind me, and I stand my ground and just simply watch.
Justin has both of his blades out and is standing slightly ahead of you. Sir, I don't think we should let our guard down just yet. Look at him.
Oh, guard isn't down.
Does Stein realize?
Ready.
Does Stein realize that they're there?
Yeah. You once the wyvern drops,
I'm gonna offer some.
You see two.
Huh?
Based off what I just saw, I take a hearty bite of the heart.
Sir, I can't recommend that, sir. As you're taking the bite. Oh, what? Why is he doing this? Zane is just straight-faced, standing behind you, just accepting whatever it is you're doing as his CO. Justin,
I hand whatever's left back to Stein. That was tasty.
I'm gonna go shake his hand. My bloody hand. I'm gonna shake his hand. Name's Stein.
the woman with
I'm Palyus, champion of the Vishnin-shire. These are my two officers, Zane and Justin.
Oh, for going all legit, I'm President Stein, President Prince Stein of the Radiant Empire, for going all legit.
And I'm Elda. And I'm Elda, says the Dragonborn woman, putting her great sword back in its sheath. The little Chinese boy comes up. And I'm Lee. And he puts out his hand as well. Do excuse Stein, he has this thing for hearts.
I can tell. Whew.
Where are we exactly?
I guess you're not from around here. You've landed on the mountainside near my home, Vishnin-shire.
Vishnin-shire?
Huh. Stein pulls out a cigarette, lights it with his scythe.
He shows you some map that is very irrelevant to the entire geography of every piece of Xandar you know. Where is that on this map?
Based on what I see, it's not on this map. I don't know where you come from, but this is where you are now, and I show him my map.
What? Stein, we found a new world.
Oh my god!
What?
What?
That's awesome.
I know.
We're like pioneers. Yeah, I'm Pioneer Lee. They'll write books about me. If we ever make it back home, anyway.
Huh.
Our ship didn't make it, but I guess you see the pieces here.
I can't believe either of you survived that fall.
That's an understatement. What happened to that fucking...
Yeah,
boat?
actually, all of us should have died, that's for sure. Yeah, well, a few of us didn't make it. Elda says, looking down sorrowfully.
It's alright, Elda. As long as it's not you, and I don't have to explain that to your mother.
Yeah, but Lancelot, Camelot, and Dwayne were the engineers that could fix and
I'm sure this man has engineers in his village or place
None of which that would know how to build an airship.
Oh my god, you don't give people enough credit.
Maybe you're right. I'm sure you guys have tons of great stuff here like that.
We're humble folk, but we will help you out as much as you need. After battling that worm, you must be tired. I'd like to invite you to my town and try and see if I can help you out. What do you say?
Stein, what do you say?
Sounds good. It's getting cold. And I would like warm num-nums. I'm still hungry.
Stein is hungry.
Look, you aren't allowed to have any of my people's hearts, for that matter.
What?
Are we clear?
I don't eat people hearts, I eat monster hearts.
Sir, do you think this is really the time to be bringing in such a unpredictable stranger?
I turn around and whisper quickly into his ear. Did you see the way she was fighting that thing? Are you We don't want to battle this person, all right? How about we make friends instead of enemies? We already have enough coming in the next few days.
For all we know,
Oh, I
she's
love
one
Josh.
of the sad flutes.
I'm obviously not a sad flute. Something out there.
I'm just saying, it's very convenient that she shows up a day before the sad flutes and the Unity Alliance are supposed to be coming back. And now, like a Trojan horse, we're gonna take her in. It just seems a little unusual. I don't trust this one bit. This is all, Justin, by the way.
Can I look Stein up and down and roll a perception check, even though it probably won't do anything?
You could roll for insight, and then I'd be able to at least tell you a bit about what you can discern from Stein.
21.
21. From his attire, you could guess that he's not a fairly well-kept gentleman. That he does far more... he does far more enjoy adventuring and such. He does not look the role of a president or a prince. He looks more like an adventurer, a soldier, maybe even a lunatic, because the amount of dried blood and wounds that it looks like this clothing has sustained, it's almost like it's more blood than clothing at this point.
That may be true.
And there are more stitches sewing this robe together than there are threads to the cloth itself. His scythe does not look at all like any regular scythe. It is not a natural weapon. And the fire burning on it is also not a natural fire that you could identify from this realm. He does appear to be a wild card. And what he said about being a president and a prince does not seem to be true.
What?
Alright,
His insight check. That's what he can discern.
I think about this this is my internal monologue. Well, she offered me a piece of the fallen enemy's heart, and also shook my hand and greeted me. So
You definitely don't have a plus 24.
I'm gonna ask Stein.
What's that?
You definitely don't have a 24.
It
or
isn't
a 27. You definitely don't. And we'll look through your gear to see if you have a 21. Which you probably
I asked Stein why and how they came to our continent.
We just told you. You listen?
Did you say why?
There's the airship. It broke down. We're looking for adventure. Is that it?
Waiting for AAA.
Don't you take my salsa. I'll eat your hand off. It's mine. Hey! Motherfucker.
I don't think you told him why.
I must ask, now that you're here and I've seen your battle capabilities, are you a foe of the Vishnin-shire?
And the champion has asked you a question as to why.
Who's that?
It is a halfling standing maybe 5 feet away from Palyus with 2 short swords drawn.
I'm pretty sure I didn't ask you.
No.
Weird looking hobbit thing.
He asked you. They're all halflings.
I know. I'm addressing
Justin,
him.
calm yourself.
Sir, this is just too eerie. I don't like this.
I'm gonna eat your heart next. Shut up.
I give Justin
Now.
a stern look. Stay your sword, sir.
He looks back at you, a little hesitant, and he keeps his blades out. But he stands a little bit less ready to pounce. I don't like this, sir.
I said stay your sword, sir.
You can actually roll diplomacy.
He loves his dice.
25.
He sheathes his blades reluctantly. But he keeps his hands on each one.
Sounds about right.
Now, I don't know where this place is. And you seem like a alright guy. So, Unless you try to hurt me or my 2 teenagers back there, we don't have no problems.
I have no ill will toward you or your party.
Then we're golden.
Please follow me back to my home.
Thank you.
I should lead the way.
That's good, because I don't know my way around here.
Justin climbs up on the horse, and as you guys, I guess, walk maybe like side to side, Justin is bringing up the rear, keeping an eye on Stein, Lee, and Elda.
I'm gonna look back at that guy behind us. I'm gonna wink at him.
He does not flinch, and he keeps a stern eye on you.
Stein likes to just fuck with people all day long.
We head back to the Vishnin-shire.
Okay. I'm just putting on some new music. By the time you get back, it is just about evening. And another part of this wall has been completed. It is the evening of day 3.
Has the blacksmith arrived with Gerald and the others in tow?
Not yet. He has not returned yet.
Not good.
But yeah, when you arrive, it's just about sundown by the time you get back. The gates are mostly reinforced. It's not yet done. But yeah, one more addition to the wall, so I'm just going to shade that in on your map. Which does actually make the wall 50% complete by the evening of day 3.
Are you making watchtowers and stuff too?
Yeah. So, Stein, when you are walking into the Vishnin-shire, everybody's giving Palyus a lot of respect, like he is some sort of leader. You can see that they're undergoing some massive renovations, and most of the town is involved in this. So there is some very large project at hand here. Most of that, you can see large groups of soldiers training in the back. This appears to be a very militaristic settlement that he has here.
Something going down here. There's a lot of things going on for such a quiet town that I would think would be a quiet town.
Yes, you arrived at what used to be such a quiet town of simple folk. We've been threatened by, what was the name of the gang again?
The Sad Flutes are the assassins, and the Unity Alliance is the gang.
Yeah, we've been threatened by one of the Sad Flutes, a man dressed in black, and also the gang he leads, the Unity Alliance. They have threatened to return within 2 days' time to destroy our town, our people, our way of life, in search of these 2 individuals that we have no idea where they come from, where they are, but they have no intention of leaving this town and our way of life left standing after the 5th day. So we've been preparing for their attack these past 3 days.
It has been quite exhausting at that, says the other one, Zane.
Do I know about any of these things? Like,
No,
any of them, the Sad Flutes?
nothing about the Sad Flutes.
Well, that sucks. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm willing to help you guys out if you need. I killed a deity not too long ago with Li Chang.
And maybe, with us helping you out, maybe you could help us too? No? Did I speak out of turn?
Let me pat her head.
Are you in search of something special?
Well,
There was a man here earlier, Sir Barrett. He too was in search of something quite special, something that I'm not sure if I should tell you about.
well, we are here for something special, but I also don't feel if I should tell you, she says. But also we...
She's feisty like her dad.
The only way we'd be able to get back home is with an airship, and... Well, we're fresh out of engineers and materials
It's true.
and a ship. In fact, all we have of that is air.
She is not wrong.
So, I don't know if you have, like, an engineering division here at your castle, perhaps. But, in our castle we did. And I'm hoping that you have some kind of R&D. Maybe a Mr. Stark. Someone.
Mr. Stark.
That would be able to help us with that.
Where's that map?
Should we tell him about?
You need me to resend it to you?
Let me just go back a few conversations.
Should we tell him about the Horcrux
that
or Laushian?
If you feel it's prevalent, no.
No, I'm not saying anything.
Alright, then don't.
I don't know if we should trust these people yet.
Alright.
You would leave it up to a 15-year-old girl? Sorry, she's like 6, but maturity 15?
She's pretty smart. I trust her.
Li Cheng comes up on the side of you while, they're like talking between each other. I don't know how I feel about this. We've kind of just walked into a large encampment of soldiers.
If,
I think we should stay together.
Oh, we're absolutely gonna stay together.
if you're willing to help me defend my town, I will travel to the ends of this world to find your way back home. We could travel to the Xander Castle City and search for any number of engineers you may need. I'm not sure if we have the capabilities here in the Vishnin-shire, but there is a way. We will find a way for you to travel back home.
Wow. That's great. Well, alright, thanks.
Sounds like a plan.
Are you hungry? There's much food to go around. There's while you're here, you will be safe.
Do you have warm num-nums?
At least until the gangs attack, right?
For sure. Come on. Still got a day and a half. I've already told them the situation. They seem like capable warriors.
Excuse my boy, he has quite a mouth on him, if you know what I mean.
No, that was Elda. That was all Elda.
Oh. Excuse her. She has a mouth on her like her father. Which is not me.
Hey.
Your dad was a great man, but he had a mouth too.
From what I hear, he said very inspiring things.
That's what you hear.
And that he severed his own finger to help you win a duel.
Yep, that is true. I never said he was a bad man. I just said he had... he took back a lot. Like his daughter. I'm gonna rustle up her scales.
Oh, she hates it. She like fights you every time and pushes you away. Stop it. Stein, really, stop. I just did my hair.
I'm gonna do Li Chang next.
Oh, Stein.
I'm gonna give him a hug.
Come, follow me to my
Go ahead,
home.
T-Bag.
There's warm num-nums abound.
Yes!
Are you taking them into the champion's estate?
Yes.
I'm putting on pajama
And
pants.
if we happen to come across any elders like Lucifer or even Gampy, if they have anything to say, I'll be willing to defend this party's honor and their skill in battle.
Okay. Stein, we're gonna say that you got to meet Lucifer. Gampy would probably be a difficult man to find. He doesn't really want to be bothered with people, so he's kind of scarce. You bring them to the champion's estate, you show them around, you show them the sparring room, the living quarters, the second floor with the bedroom. I don't know where you were going.
You're clearly unimpressed.
Yeah, they wouldn't really be too phased, and Elda will kind of let you know, oh, this is your living quarters? Yikes. When do your chambermaids come around for the nightly massage? No? They don't do that?
There's no such thing.
Will somebody
We
be
have
coming in?
soft beds and delicious food, but no maids to massage your back.
Oh my god, I feel like I'm in
Would you like a
hell!
massage? I will. I mean, if you need one.
No thank you, stranger. I'm just gonna take to my room. Thanks for your hospitality, I guess.
I bid thee good night.
She like kind of slams the door a little bit, and you hear her behind the door give a deep sigh. And Li Cheng, he bows to you slightly. She's a little rough sometimes, but thank you for your hospitality.
I can tell.
I'm
sure I'll win her over in the end.
Before Stein took me in, I used to sleep on the floor most of the time, so I can sleep on practically anything now.
Oh, there's a warm bed for you, sir.
He bows again, putting his hands in front of him. Thank you. Origato. And he goes into his room. I don't know, were you giving them separate rooms? Are you okay with that?
What?
Let's see. Well, Gerald hasn't arrived. There's still at least 2 or 3 more rooms left, so they can...
Okay. So we'll say that there's enough for each one of them to have their own if they want. You don't want your own room? Who are you sleeping with?
Lee.
Alright, Stein actually goes into the same room with Lee. So.
Wait, before
Elder
Stein
can
goes
go.
to bed, I'd like to take Stein out onto my balcony and maybe have a one-on-one. Maybe hear some tales of battle.
That sounds dirty.
Are you gonna light up some cigarette, Stein?
Always. I'm always lighting up the cigarette.
Oh, I smoke the finest weed in the North Farthing.
I'm gonna
so
offer.
you both light up cigarette?
I'm gonna offer some cigarette to Palyus in good faith.
I likewise pull out a bag of cigarette. Like, you and I know it.
You wanna
So
see?
you bring this from another world.
You wanna see a magic trick? I'm gonna summon my scythe, light it on fire, and go.
His scythe appears from nothingness, by the way. It just appears in his hand. He's not drawing a weapon or stowing it on him.
How about a magic trick?
May I have a light?
Are you guys smoking each other's cigarette?
I offered
No,
him
I rolled
some.
my own joint.
I offered him some. I don't know if he took.
Oh, I thought you guys might try each other's from different sides of the world.
That's dangerous. That's dangerous.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is.
I am all about smoking other people's weed.
I offered you some and you did not take any.
Well, look, it's a match. I smoke yours, you smoke mine. We have a good time.
I'm sorry, I'm not up to speed with the
The lingo.
not the lingo. Like, that's what I'm looking for.
I have no idea what you're looking for.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm looking for.
Glad that worked
Well,
out.
where I'm from, this is what we call a match. You bring some of your smoke, I bring some of my smoke. And we share in the smoke amongst ourselves. Please tell me, regale me of some of the fair battles that you've won. I just heard of someone sacrificing a finger for you to win. That must have been a hell of a fight.
Oh yeah, it was a duel against the pirate whose only thing in life is to find someone of equal challenge status so that he can have a good battle. So
Sounds like a great warrior.
he was a great warrior, but he was also a pirate, and he stole Li Chang from me because of people in my party and their negligence, because they're retarded.
And Li Chang is your son?
My adopted son.
I look down, remembering that my son was stolen just a mere 3 days ago.
What's wrong?
I can feel your pain. My son was taken from me by the gang that had just shown up here a mere 3 days ago.
That is not
And he
okay.
has not returned.
I will help you find your son, because I'm all about children, and I love my child.
I love my child as well.
As a father to father, I'm going to make sure that your son is safely returned in your possession. That's just not cool to fuck with a man's kids.
You're a brazen man. I like that. You do not mince words.
No.
Except for one
Well.
of his stories.
Give me one of your stories.
Well, just recently, as you can see, my leg has turned to a woven foot.
Huh. I haven't
I was-
I haven't noticed.
Well, there was a man who had just arrived from the city of was it Xandar? From the city of Xandar. He was looking for an ancient ruin. A man from the Vishnin-shire had discovered an artifact, and I believe that's what spurred on this gang to attack our town. Because of this discovery, and we had recently just fought our way through a gnarly dungeon, and I too witnessed a deity die before me. And then I pull out the feather of Taya, and this is all that is left
Well, I
of
mean,
the deity.
I killed the deity, but he was a bad deity.
Well, this deity was good, and she saved me from a very evil deity, the same deity that turned my leg to a wolf.
When you pull out this feather, the little eye that's on the tail end, made up of these little bits of feather, it blinks.
That's creepy. That is creepy. I'm gonna pull out my my death idol.
Tell me what it looks like.
There's this idol that I have, and it's of a reaper. It's literally of death. But it's a reaper with the scythe and stuff. And it's this little, like, statue. I can't seem to get rid of this thing. Oh.
Josh, are you there?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
No.
I was good. I am playing the game. I'm playing with Nikki and Mike. I most certainly will. I've been politicking and gaining new friends. This shit's crazy. Yeah. I heard the pop as well. So far, the gang will not attack until another day, but ooh, shit's getting real.
Oh, he told her about it. Success.
I'm cold.
I might not win them all.
So
Tired.
much
But I
better.
win a few.
If I stare at it, it'll come
I
to me.
will speak to you soon, babe.
How's that working out?
Not well.
Love you.
It's tough. You were telling him about your idol.
I want that sweatshirt.
Can you keep
So as a
talking?
side note,
I'll get it for you.
my wife knows that I've been playing D&D with you guys. She's not exactly, she doesn't know what to make of it, because all she's ever heard all of her life is it's such a nerdy game.
It is a nerdy game.
It really is, but I've been steadily trying to convince her that it's all about your own imagination and how you play it. And what's really tragic is she's grown up her entire life reading fantasy novels.
You had mentioned that. I hope that she does give it a try. But you've been telling her about what's been going on the day-to-day?
Well, not really, because as soon as I bring it up and start getting really into the meat and potatoes, she gets kind of pissed off.
Thank you.
But what I know will happen is that one of these days when I get back to Alaska and I start getting into a schedule and shit, we'll continue playing. Maybe not as frequent as we are now, but
Yeah.
she'll sit in on a few of the games for sure, and just be kind of a bug on the wall, just
Okay.
witnessing what goes on, and I'm sure just listening, seeing what happens. Because as soon as like the story starts to develop and just crazy shit starts going on, she'll have something to say. She'll be like, "Hey, whisper, 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 do this," or like, "What if you said this?" Or like, I'm pretty sure she won't be able to not have a say in something. So like, there is I would say at this point there's a 50-50 chance, maybe even a 60-40 chance in the 60 side that she may be interested in joining our party.
That's really cool. I hope she does.
I sure hope so. And if not her, then her little brother, because that dude is all about games.
Nice. Yeah, I know you had mentioned that she did the fantasy novel thing. And it does pretty much tie perfectly hand in hand to that, except it's more like you're an active part, you know?
Which is why she would be so good at this, because she's read through this, there's an author, Raymond E. Feist. I don't know if you've ever heard of him, but he probably has, I don't know, probably 30 or 40 books that are ranging from anywhere from 3 to 600 pages each. And she's read through the entire run of all of his books probably 4 or 5 times in her entire life.
Wow. You know, there's a lot of those series that are actually based on D&D campaigns.
I have no doubt in my mind.
I started to write a book about our last one, but it was just so exhausting because there's so much detail that I had. And once I start to look through my notes, like, it all comes back to me, all the details. Like, there's some times where I remember the dice check. Like, I remember what people rolled in some cases because it was just at the perfect moment when I knew exactly what they needed and they just met it or just missed it. But yeah, I hope she gives it a shot. We'd love to have her.
I'm slowly converting her to the dark side.
Excellent.
There are cookies here.
So it may swing into our favor. Which is exciting because she would be an incredible player. I mean, depending on the dice rolls, obviously, but I mean, just like for story's sake, she would pick it up. I have no doubt.
You guys were on the porch,
smoking weed,
smoking your cig-a-weed. You had Stein shared the story about when Drogon cut off his finger.
I'm gonna recall to see if the video will go back up.
You had just shared a story.
Stop it. I'm gonna call you back.
Alright.
There we go.
Hey, welcome back.
That was ominous.
So you guys were on the porch, smoking your cig-a-weed. Stein shared the story about Drogon cutting off his finger. You shared the story about the Champion's Den a little bit. And Stein was just telling you about...
With no great detail. Nobody's really supposed to know about it.
Yeah. I guess he didn't tell him it was under the house or really anything else about it. And Stein was just telling you about an idol that he has, and he actually showed it to you.
What is that?
I had already told you.
Well, I have forgotten. Please refresh my memory.
It's basically an idol of death.
Can you use it in a way that would just instantly kill someone, or how does it work?
You pray to it, and when I pray to it, it likes to slice my fingers.
Sounds like an evil idol indeed.
Yep, I can't get rid of it.
Would you say it's a part of you?
No, I think it's just creepy. I literally try to get rid of it and can't get rid of it. I throw it off a fucking ship and it appears on my nightstand.
Interesting.
Yep.
Well, I hope it doesn't show up on my nightstand.
No, I don't think he wants to kill you. Death has this thing for me.
Speaking of death, I saw that gnarly scythe. Where did you get that?
I killed a Reaper.
You mean the Reaper? The Grim Reaper?
Not the Reaper, a Reaper.
Okay. Whew.
Technically, the Reaper is actually Death himself. But a Reaper, I mean, he can't be everywhere at once for all of the deaths, you know?
So Death himself has little minions that take care of all the lesser deaths in the world, huh?
Basically. But, he's waiting for me.
I look at all the scars and stitches and whatnot, like, it seems apparent.
No, that's unrelated, actually.
Where did all these stitches come from?
Well, I was experimented on, and then I died. But it was like an autopsy type of thing. So, I had all these stitches. But when I died, and I killed Death, came back to life, I was not myself, I was a different entity than, like, my original self, if that makes sense.
Can I reach out and try and poke his flesh and see if it's cold? To see if he is one of the living?
He is warm.
I just stow that away in the back of my mind.
Yeah, and even these scars, they don't even look, well, some of them look like they were incurred from fighting. But a lot of them, and the bulk of them, look like they're almost natural, just like he was born with them. Like, normally you might be able to say, like, oh, well, that's from a sword, or that's from an axe, or a mace. A lot of these just look like birth defects, almost.
I'm mad handsome, whatever.
You are still handsome.
Stein, I thank you for sharing some stories with me. And just having a quick chat out here on the porch. Oh, okay.
Yep.
It's getting late, and there's still much work to do. I suggest we take some rest.
Good deal.
Okay.
Well, I bid thee good night, Stein.
Good night. I'm gonna leave a bunch of cigweed on his on his bed as I go to leave.
Stein, while you're walking into your room, you can roll perception, please.
Oh my god, are they fucking? I can't seem to find my D20 amongst all the chips. Did it fall?
There's one right there.
Ah, that's what I'm looking for. Uh, 22.
You hear some giggles coming from Elda's room.
I'm gonna go to Elda's room first. Knock on the door.
Yeah?
It's me.
Hey, don't come in. What do you want?
I'm gonna walk in.
The door is locked.
Unlock the door.
No, Stein, I'm sleeping. Go away.
What? What's all the giggling I hear?
Nothing. Just go away, okay?
No, okay. Open the door.
Alright, hold on. You hear some shuffling around a bit.
I called that.
Tell me you have some smooth jazz.
The door opens and she's standing there in like a night robe.
I'm gonna roll.
What?
I'm gonna walk in the room.
So she's standing in the door, like holding it partially closed.
No, I'm walking in.
Stein, no, stop.
I'm walking in.
What are you doing?
I'm walking in. What do I see when I get inside?
Are you muscling past her?
Yeah.
You can roll athletics.
That's going to be a 36.
She is trying not to let you in, but you overpower her easily.
I know.
You step in. Her bed looks a little disheveled. Other than that, you see like her clothes strewn on the side, like her armor is laid out neatly, and her weapon is laid out next to her bed. You don't see anything else out of the ordinary.
I'm gonna look underneath the bed.
Okay. Let me describe the room a little more. Because the bed has, it's a nice bed. It's fluffy. It's like a pillow top, and it has like a puffy down blanket. It also does have like a bed skirt all the way around. There's a little door where there's a closet that you guys have just for like storage and stuff. So maybe the only thing in there right now is blankets and sheets and pillows. There's double windows on each side. But yeah, that's what you see. So you're going to look under the bed?
Yeah.
You look under the bed, there's nothing there.
I'm gonna... On top of the bed, is there any, like, abnormalities?
It's difficult to tell. You can't...
What?
You can't...
Irregularities.
You can't
No,
pinpoint
that's not what I'm
exactly
looking
how
for.
she was laying. Like, there's not one body outline. Looks like there's, like, movement on the sheet.
I'm saying, though, is there... Can I tell if there's anybody, like, underneath the covers?
Oh, like without moving them?
Yeah.
They're kind of ruffled up a little bit, like she was just laying in bed. So...
I'm just gonna tap the bed just to see if I feel any body.
What are you doing, Stein? Get out!
I'm gonna look in the closet.
Get out! You look in the closet, there's no one there. Oh, this is not what I thought. Stein, you're not getting out. Please leave.
I'm not getting out. You stowed away. This is what happens. I want to look, like, behind the curtains, I guess.
She does that teenage girl thing. Ah!
Why were you giggling?
She steps out into the hallway. Finish doing what you're doing and get out! What are you looking in?
I'm
Behind the curtains?
behind the curtains. Is there any other place that I could look?
Well, the window is open.
I want to look out the window.
Okay. You can roll perception again.
18.
Looks clear.
I'm gonna go talk to... What's her name?
Elda?
Elda again? What was going on here? Why were you giggling?
Why can't I just giggle? Why do
wanna-
you have to
I
be
wanna
in
roll
every
for
part of
insight.
my life?
I'm gonna roll for insight.
She's telling the truth. She's just trying to sleep, and you are being irritating. Please, leave me alone, Stein.
Alright, first of all, I need some respect. And I'm here to protect you.
How about respect for me? You come in the middle of the night,
You
and
fucking
you come and search
stow
my
away
room.
every single goddamn time.
You know what? It's because you need my help. And
I
don't
do not
appreciate
need your
it.
help.
She goes
How
into
many
the room, she's like, I'm done talking to you! Stop talking to me! And she closes the door. And you hear it lock. And then you hear her on the inside, God! And then you hear her jump on the bed.
I'm gonna wait there for a minute.
Okay. You don't hear anything.
I'm gonna wait here for another minute.
You still don't hear anything.
I'm gonna go into my room and see if I see, Lee.
In the room you guys were sharing?
Yeah.
You waited out there a couple of minutes. He's there. He's nestled into bed.
Is he, like, sweating or anything?
No, he's not sweating.
I'm gonna roll for insight for Lee Chang.
Okay.
Where are you, buddy?
Sleeping.
29. Wait, no. It's more than 29. No, it is 29. Where are you, buddy?
Sleeping, Stein. Trying to get some rest.
What was my insight check? Tell me.
Your insight check, let's see, you can see that he has a little grin on his face. Which somebody that's just telling you they're sleeping probably would not have.
I'm gonna start to tickle him.
Stein, stop.
Tell me the truth.
No, I'm not
Tell
gonna-
me the truth.
I just
Tell me the
told
truth.
you. What do you want?
The truth.
You can't handle the truth. You're so nosy.
Yes, and we'll keep tickling him. I'm gonna keep tickling you until you pee. Tell me.
Stop it!
Tell me.
Thank you. Stein! I'm gonna tickle you back.
You're not gonna tickle me back because I will burn you.
No. Oh, see? You're asking for it. You know how clerics tickle? Do you want to know? This is against your will. Oh, okay. He lets out these like light pulsings with his hand, and you feel it tingle, and you go a little numb, but it doesn't stop you at all. It does tickle.
Ha!
Ha ha! It didn't work, did it?
No, it didn't.
No, stop!
Tell me.
What do you want to know? What do you want?
Why were you giggling? Why are you smiling?
I'm not giggling. I was sleeping. What can I grin? It was a good dream. What is up with you?
I'm on to you, little Lee. What
Alright.
did my insight check tell me? Oh no, you told me already. Fine.
Let's just go to bed. Jeez.
I'm watching you.
I gotta go pee. I'm gonna use the bathroom.
Fine.
He leaves the room and closes the door behind him.
Is her room next to my room?
We'll say there's one room in between.
And there's one room in between? Alright, I'm gonna go outside on the window. I kind of scale the window to her room.
Okay.
I need to roll.
If you're being stealthy, you can roll stealth.
22.
Okay. You see her. She does not notice you. The window is like to the left side of her bed, so you could see her laying on the bed, like kind of propped up a bit, and she's just kind of facing the doorway. You can also roll perception if you'd like.
$28.
You heard your bedroom door open up again, and you hear Li Chang, and you're... Stein? Stein? Stein?
I'm not gonna answer.
Just gonna roll to see if he would have actually gone to... because he didn't close the window behind you. He comes walking out. He peeks his head out the open window, and he sees you perched on the windowsill outside Elda's room. And he has to push the window the rest of the way open. Stein, what are you doing?
Busted.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah.
That's very disrespectful, Stein. That's messed up. And he leans back in the window. And disappears from view. And you just hear his voice coming from out of the open window. That's really messed up, Stein!
I feel like a creeper.
You are a creeper.
No, I really just needed to know what was going down.
Do you have your answer?
No.
Creepy Creeperton?
She's still suspicious.
Fine, whatever, I'm gonna go to bed. Fuck this.
I'll tell you later what happened out of game. Alright.
Little fucking teenagers.
You were a teenager once.
No, I wasn't. I was always at least 23. I went from 12 to 23.
Alright. So you guys wake up the next morning.
I gave you a face and I didn't even realize you couldn't see me.
Saw an eyebrow.
It's a beautiful sunny spring morning. Say again around 8 a.m. You still hear a lot of the construction going on. Stein, it's very different from your regular quiet nights at the palace, so it's very broken night's sleep. because there is work on the wall going overnight. And we are now at the morning of day 4. Just a reminder, because maybe last night you were waiting for the blacksmith to come back and they were going to inform you of it. You have not heard anything about the blacksmith yet returning.
Damn, we're in a tight spot.
It's bad news.
Tired.
By the time you guys wake up, Lee and Elda are already awake. And they're already, like, eating breakfast and stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure they are.
I go downstairs to join them.
Okay. And Mac is sitting with them already. They've already given him, like, a bowl of kibble.
Mac stayed behind? I was just hoping that Mac had stayed behind.
Yeah,
Oh, I give Mac a big bear hug. I thought you'd left with Barrett, for sure. Oh, it's good to have you with us, Mac.
Sorry. At least now you know Barrett will have to come back to pick up Mac.
I'm gonna go pet Mac.
Stein, you approach Mac, and he looks at you and steps back a little bit.
Okay.
And he tilts his head back further. You can roll for nature.
$21.
He gets closer to your hand and sniffs it a couple of times. And he lets you pet him. And then he leans away. And he looks at you with these distrustful eyes.
I'm gonna give him some sort of snack off the table, like bacon or something.
Oh, he looks wide-eyed and he licks his chops. Then he comes up and he eats it. And he takes it to go lay down.
Good boy. Did he do that? Did he growl before he left?
No. That construction is really loud. It is very difficult to sleep on that bed, in those sheets, with that noise.
Like I said, there's a battle coming. There's not much I can do. We have to prepare. I apologize if the accommodations aren't to your liking. But
She's such a bitch.
that's the way of the world here in the Vishnin-shire. Things are beyond my control, and this is the best I can do.
Apparently your best isn't good enough, Palyus, for this young dragonling.
Whoa, I didn't say it wasn't good enough. I'm really happy to not be sleeping on that bedroll or in that nasty little ship that they've had Minotaur in and all sorts of weird funky creatures. They had a wildling in there, this nasty little hussy thing. Oh.
Hussy.
Yeah, this drunken orc.
Alright, first
and-
of all, you
and
aren't
I'm
born
just-
for any of those.
Doesn't matter, it still smells like them. You don't get the smell of skank out. Alright, so you know what it was like to sleep in that place? It was nasty. It was like walking through a brothel and having to stop to smell each little stool, okay? Gross. And Li Cheng is laughing through all of that. Oh, it does smell a little bit. Grek's old room, those smells of chemicals never came out.
Well, you people are visitors to the Vishnin-shire, and I would never ask you to help. But like I said, we're in dire need, and any help you can provide the people here, perhaps training the warriors, or even help building some of the fortifications up. Anything you can do, I would really appreciate it.
Do you have a family? You seem like a very nice person, but yet you're here all by yourself.
Yes, my wife was tragically injured during the battle when last the gang was here, and she's still recovering. My son, he was taken with the gang, and I've heard no word, either good or bad.
Oh my god, that's really sad. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. Sorry about your son and your wife.
Thank you for your understanding. That means a lot to me.
I don't mean to complain so much about the room. I know you have bigger problems to deal with. I'm sorry.
You never say you're sorry.
What? Maybe I'm just matured.
Yeah. Yeah.
I matured quicker than Shatterkai.
No, I was referring to the conference. You didn't get the joke.
Oh.
You never say you're sorry, but use empathetic words.
I can sense you three have been together for quite some time.
Well, Stein took me in when I was really, really young. When my father was, my father was a monster, and Stein saved me from him.
He beat you, which was not nice.
Well, you told me he was a monster.
He was a monster, but he was a monster because he beaten you too.
He was a bad man. And Stein saved me, and gave me a better life.
I look at Stein and give him a knowing look.
And I've been with Stein, well, ever since I hatched, really. When my father passed away, Stein took us into the palace and gave us a home. Me and all of my brothers and my mother.
There's so many of them. And they're all teenagers. It's tough.
And,
well, I don't envy you, Stein.
And luckily...
That is a tough age. My son, as well, is just entering teenagehood.
Luckily, Stein, let us stay in the palace with him, so we've gotten lots of great treatment, and Stein lets me come on all of his adventures, even though my mother says no.
I don't let you. You just stow away, and I don't care too much to bring you back, because I can't have your safety interrupted, because you know that you can't go home by yourself.
That's right. So Stein lets me come on all of the adventures.
Oh.
But it's also because she kind of needs me too,
I don't need you.
Without my sword, things would be different. Things would be very different.
I would like to offer Li Chang any of the weapons available. If he would like to have any sort of, maybe a short sword or a knife, a dagger for his persons.
No thanks.
I noticed that he only had a staff at this point.
He leans in close to you. I'm my own weapon. And he holds out like a little energy ball in his hand, and then closes it. I just use the staff for aesthetics.
You so cute.
And it doubles as a walking stick.
Well, that will do great in these woods. Tell you what.
And sometimes when Stein's walking, I put it between his legs. In between his step, and he trips. But he always gets really mad after, so. But thank you. Elda looks around, your area a little bit, and she wants to take a couple of your hand crossbows. If you'll let her take them.
I allow her to take a couple crossbows.
Okay, she takes them. It is at this point that there is a knock on your door. Champion!
I go to receive who is knocking at my chamber door.
Mr. Poe.
It is Lucifer.
Is it Eleanor?
Lucifer, it's good to see you. Good God, man, have you slept?
He has not slept.
How are you still standing?
I am well. We have some news we need to speak of. Perhaps we should speak in private. Come out
Please,
with me.
Follow me to my balcony.
I think you should see this. Come out with me.
Alright, I follow him. I look back at Stein and the rest of the party and I'll return in a moment. Feel free to walk around town, get your bearings. If you feel like helping out some of the people, I certainly won't stop you.
Alright, thanks. Thanks. Stein, what are you doing while he's...
Well, she needed privacy. Is what
Well, Lucifer took him They're like leaving the house.
So I'll just
And
hang
he
out
just
with
was
the kids.
speaking to you.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Yeah, he was talking to you.
Yeah, I was talking to all three of you.
You
Well-
said to hang out, right?
Li Cheng and Elda want to walk around the town, kind of get the handle of things, see the layout of it, so you can tag along with them.
I'll tag along with them.
He brings you towards the west gate, and when you get there, you could see that there is, of that cart that had left with the horses and the blacksmith, there is one horse that has pulled this cart back, and embedded into the sides of it, you can see arrows dug into it, some scorch marks around it, and you see the body of Gerald laying in the back.
Is he dead?
Yeah, he has like a few arrows into him.
I go to check to see if he's actually dead, feel a pulse and whatnot, just to make sure. But I realize that he's dead. And I pray to Taea for his soul to reach heaven and whatnot.
Okay. While you're there and you kind of lay your head down, tilt your head down in prayer, and you hear a familiar voice while you're praying. This is the first one to die by your hand here.
Is Stein readily around?
You're around.
Do I hear that?
It sounds like ribble rabble in the crowd. You see the cart though.
I
if you
look
wanted to
back
check
with
that out.
tears. I look at Gallup because I know it's Gallup, that crazy old bitch. And there are tears actively flowing from my eyes as I'm holding Gerald's head into my chest. I'm like, look, I don't need you here. Just go away. Go away right now.
That's right. You don't need me. You have enough fodder to throw in front of you, Blade. And she starts to walk away.
I gently lay Gerald's head back down on the cart, and I follow her and push her to the ground.
You can make an athletics check.
Following Barrett's.
Brent,
Get the fuck out. She's gonna eat some dirt.
You throw her down, and again, she is some of her bandages that were on her forearms already have slid off or cut off. She's got dirt and gravel in her wounds.
Funny. Fuck that
I
bitch.
put a boot onto her chest, and I look her square in the eyes.
Oh, what's
Listen,
becoming?
you old witch.
Oh,
You
take
are
it off,
banished from
Barrett.
Vishnin-shire. Get the fuck out.
you can't do that. This is my home.
I am the champion of the Vishnin-shire. I do as I please. Get out. You don't get to pack anything. Leave the vicinity now.
There's a couple of people in the town that have stopped to watch this, but no one is speaking out against what you're saying. Oh, so that's it. People disagree with you and you exile them? You're a monster, champion.
No, you have disagreed with me, with John Milton, with every previous champion in this town as far as I know. You are a rabble-rouser, and we have no time for your ilk. Get out.
You'll get yours, Palyus. You'll get yours.
Stein's gonna walk up.
She starts, like, limping towards the exit.
He's gonna take a big, like, smoke. Drag. That sounds like a threat. You know what we do to threats back in my hometown?
What do you do?
We kill him.
You're killing?
I'm just gonna say that to her, wink at Palyus, and just kind of step like by her, step in my scythe while still taking drags on my cigarweed, light it on fire.
What is this? Is this what the Vishnin-shire is now? Everybody watch this! Everybody watch your champion and his executioner! Watch the new way!
Can I roll a perception check to see what the mood of the crowd watching is feeling?
You can roll for insight.
I bet you it's horror.
Quit!
Oh, wow.
When you said to exile her, everybody was a little uneasy about it. Nobody has really been exiled from the Vishnin-shire. But a lot of, especially like the soldiers, understand these are different times right now. So when you said to exile, nobody spoke out against you, but now that there's the talk of execution, there is a blatant vibe of disagreement that everyone who is watching this, and it now has a large attention, is against that. And there is a look like some of the guards are almost looking to intervene but restraining themselves because you seem to be okay with it, but you can guess that there is a strong disdain for this decision.
I take all of this in without flinching, and I look over at Stein like, I appreciate your help. She just needs to get the fuck out. If she can survive in the wilds on her own, that's on her. But we don't need her here.
Good deal. I'm gonna summon my scythe back into me and keep dragging on my sickleweed.
Stein, was it?
Mm-hmm.
She leans in a little bit. I'll remember that name.
Good, you remember that name. I'll be the one to kill you if you come back here.
Vishnin-shire, what's happened to this place? She mumbles as she's limping away. It's hard. She stops to pick up a stick and uses it to just help her walk.
I'm gonna go.
I walk over and kick the stick.
I was gonna do the
same
exact thing. Same exact thing.
You would trouble an old woman for a walking stick.
Something tells me you'll be fine. Get out.
She gets up without it, and she's limping a little more now. She had fallen a bit.
do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Get the fuck out.
And you see her walk away as her silhouette goes into the distance.
And I tell the guards to shut the door behind her.
They close it. Your insight check from before will tell you that there is a little bit of disagreement with this, but a lot of them do understand that this is not a time to have that. But this is the only time in the history that you've been there where anyone has been exiled. And she's been there for a long time, too.
Is Gampy around?
He's not, like, in the immediate vicinity. But you could guess he's probably at the graveyard or something, hanging out, drinking by a mausoleum.
Drinking by a mausoleum. Sounds just like Gampy. Let's see. So all the onlookers.
10 minutes.
To any of the onlookers,
You could play.
I cry out.
I need you.
Another great man's fallen on a mission to gather goods and the things that we need to defend the city.
You had sent out
She
2 guys.
spoke out against it. That is why she is gone. All of you people are with me, and I appreciate that to the very bottom of my heart. I am here, we are here, and we're going to do everything we can to keep this town, this city, standing. And then I looked at Stein, I'm like, are you willing to help?
I already told you I would.
This terrifying man.
This is in front of the group.
Oh. I already told you I would.
Stein is awkward sometimes.
For those who haven't met Stein, this is a great warrior. I watched Stein defeat a very large room up in the woods when they fell from the sky. You all saw the ship fall from the sky. He and her party survived, and they're here now to help.
Him?
We will fight these bandits off,
What could one man
and we will live on.
What could one man possibly do on his own to make that big of a difference?
All it takes is one man.
But him, the scrawny little Shadakai, he's not as
Scrawny.
stout or as tough as a halfling.
Shatterkai.
No,
Who
no,
wants
no,
to
no,
duel
look.
me?
I look over at Stein, and I give him a wink. And then, just bring out the scythe.
I want to summon my scythe, light it on fire, and do this cool little with my scythe. You know that move.
I do know that.
Oh yeah.
You could
Little
roll
flare.
for intimidate.
9 and 17.
You hear a couple of ooh and background. Alright, maybe he does have a bit of skill.
All that while still taking drags of my cig of weed.
Trust me, people. All it takes is one brave person to turn the tide. All of you are that person, if you so believe.
And then I'm gonna turn it to ice. And make like a little like swirl of ice around me.
Which happens, by the way.
It does.
Ooh! Wow. We'll stop here for now. This is actually the end of day 4. By the end of today, and I'm just gonna roll to see how much of everything... Oh, that's awful. The end of day 4, they have finished another section of the wall. Which means by the end of day 4, there are 2 sections that are not completed.
Alright, since it's the end of day 4 and we're expecting the battle tomorrow, I order everyone to get as much rest as they can and to wake up before dawn. So that way everyone will be ready. All the food, everything. I order the 140 to be ready with potions, food, rations. You know, that they are the support for the 200 warriors that are going to be actively defending the Vishnin-shire.
Oh.
Meanwhile,
yes.
So what?
You had given Eric guards to gather supplies for potions for all of the fighters. He has crafted enough so that everybody, including you guys, will receive 1 super potion and 1 regular potion.
I have random weapons that I just carry with me, apparently, if you want those.
Well, they actually did not have enough ranged weapons for everybody, if that was Palyus' plan.
I have throwing daggers and a few crossbows, I think.
Would you like to donate them to the military effort? Okay. Stein has donated some weapons to the effort. So a couple of the people that had, just volunteered, that were using, their own stuff because there wasn't enough, have now gotten Stein's upgraded gear.
So everybody who can have, all the weapons out of my hold have been divvied out amongst the warriors and people who volunteered and whatnot.
Yes, sir.
So everybody's as geared up as they're going to be.
Yep, everybody is prepared. And now you're having them rest, which is a very, very, very good idea. But it does still just leave 2 walls on the east side, which is the side facing the Naris expansion, the ocean. And those 2 walls are still only 10 feet high, a little rickety, with no place to stand on top. So. But otherwise, your walls have been looking awesome, and they're built very solid.
Alright, and the doors, have they been properly reinforced?
Yes, they have been reinforced. You can now put that bar hold on it for when you are ready to defend a siege.
Okay, and alright, I guess I'll ponder on it tonight. About
I don't know what you're trying to do.
military placements.
Yeah.
Clearly, there's going to be more people against the weak portions of the wall, and I'll think about that for tomorrow.
Okay, I'm gonna end up leveling up your character, and I'll also equip you with gear that is comparable to the champion's gear. It's gonna have different names, but we'll just make it the champion's gear, and I'll add whatever bonuses to it.
Okay, as far as I know, arms, hands and belts, those haven't been taken care of.
Yeah, I have it
monk
written
shit?
down. I gotta actually look for it. Yeah, I'm gonna look over Stein as well because Nikki wrote down some stuff that was like temporary potion effects and never erased them. So I'm gonna have to look at Stein as well to make sure that he is actually balanced. Because I doubt he is.
Alright, first of all...
No, I don't want to hear the first, second, and third wall. And that concludes... Let's see... episode 12, with part 1 being the recap and part 2 being this session, which is the big breakdown, day 3 and 4.